The transition to renewable energy represents one of the largest transfers of wealth in our lifetime. But if you search online for how to actually get a piece of it, you're hit with a wall of misleading advice. You've probably seen the ads claiming you can slap panels on your roof and have the utility companies send you massive checks every month. It doesn't work that way. That offsets your future energy use. It saves you money, but it doesn't generate liquid cash. Which brings us to the core problem. If net metering just zeroes out your electric bill, how do people actually build cash flow from this industry? This decision tree represents the solar wealth matrix. It strips away the marketing hype and matches your current resources, your capital, your free time, and your risk tolerance to 3 proven paths: the asset owner, the service entrepreneur, and the career pivot. Building wealth here isn't about eliminating a monthly utility bill. It requires you to objectively audit what you bring to the table and apply the right kind of leverage. The first path is for the asset owner. This is for individuals who are capital rich but time poor, specifically those sitting on large commercial facilities or at least 15 acres of land. Solar companies need immense space to build utility-scale arrays, but they don't want just any land. Your acreage needs to be cleared, relatively flat, and crucially, located within a mile of 3-phase power lines or a major substation. Leasing 15 acres at $3,500 an acre generates $52,500 a year, locked in for 30 years. But a severe hidden risk exists. Permitting takes 3 years, and your deal can be killed by strict zoning laws or weak utility substations. If you own a large commercial property instead of raw land, you bypass the grid capacity risk entirely. You can install a system, take advantage of a 40. This targets immediate cash flow rather than decades of passive yield. Look at a typical residential installation. Once those panels are on the roof, they require ongoing maintenance to operate efficiently. The solar cleaning market is highly fragmented, making it an accessible entry point to build a localized service business. You'll need $7,000 to $25,000 in startup capital for a vehicle, insurance, and a deionization water system. The unit economics are favorable. At $10 a panel, you target a 60% gross profit margin. To grow without burning your profits on marketing, you keep customer acquisition costs low. You do this by forming strategic referral partnerships with local solar installers who don't offer cleaning services themselves. You face severe legal risks if you cut corners. Many new operators try to classify their technicians as 1099 independent contractors to save on taxes, which frequently leads to massive IRS penalties. You have to hire W-2 employees. The service route completely bypasses the multi-year regulatory waiting periods of land leasing. You trade infinite scalability for immediate cash flow, funded by relentless physical labor and intense operational hustle. The third path is the career pivot. This is designed for individuals who prioritize high-paying job stability and zero capital risk. The solar industry is currently choking on a severe labor bottleneck. The volume of new commercial and residential installations has rapidly accelerated, and workforce growth has completely failed to keep pace. This shortage creates highly accessible entry points that do not require a 4-year degree. Roles like photovoltaic installers and maintenance technicians command median salaries between $40,000 and $53,000 a year, requiring only specialized certification or on-the-job training. If you have skills in logistics, or in electrical work, or construction management, these translate directly into mid-tier roles. Solar project managers and site assessors regularly earn over $60,000 annually to coordinate installations and evaluate environmental factors. At the top end, technical roles like solar energy systems designers pull in median salaries upwards of $94,000. These professionals are heavily compensated for the complex work of configuring layouts that maximize grid efficiency while meeting strict safety codes. A career pivot means you give up the infinite financial upside of business or asset ownership. In exchange, you secure immediate, zero-risk financial stability backed by decades of projected industry demand. The clean energy sector does not hand out free money. It pays out based strictly on the leverage you bring to the table. This flowchart is your roadmap. It visualizes exactly how to align your constraints with the correct financial vehicle. If you have the capital to deploy and acreage to spare, you play the long game. You absorb the regulatory friction to secure massive, decades-long land leases and commercial carbon credit contracts. If you have limited funds but can commit sweat equity, you build a localized service monopoly. You set up an LLC, acquire specialized cleaning equipment, and target high-margin residential maintenance. And if your priority is pure financial stability, you exploit the industry's labor shortage. You use affordable upskilling programs to secure high-paying positions in project management or system design. Ignore the marketing hype telling you to sell roof power back to the grid. Objectively audit the capital, time, and skills you possess. Pick your quadrant and aggressively execute. Generating wealth in this space has very little to do with the sun itself. It comes down to applying traditional business leverage to a heavily incentivized global infrastructure boom.